Hey love. Hey love. I wanted us to do a practice together today. A kind of, let's call it a taste of emergence. A practice of sinking in and down to rise up and out. And to kind of feel into that relationship between inner and outer awareness of where you place awareness. Yeah. So you can do this standing, you can do it seated. You might be able to do it laying down as well. It might be that you at some point during the practice feel like you want to shift. If you're seated, you might want to lay down or you want to stand up, and that's okay. But in this moment, you choose whatever kind of feels the most right for you. So I'm going to be seated. And simply to begin with, I'm going to invite you to rub your palms. Rub your palms. And if you hear someone like, that's my little dog, Bodhi, he's sitting there. We just had a long walk and lunch, and I think might be ready for a nap. Are you ready for a nap? Yeah, I think so. So you rub your palms. That's where we are. And take a moment to kind of, you stroke the outline of your body. So I have my glasses on. I'm going to take them off my face. I can stroke my face. And it doesn't have to be like a big thing. You simply stroke front of body all the way down to your feet, the sides of your legs, the backs of your legs, where you reach on your back, the sides of your body, arms, hands, shoulders. If you reach your shoulder blades, back of the neck, back of the head, top of the head if you missed that. And that's it. That's it. And then let that begin to settle. And the first thing that we are going to, I can notice in my own body, it's like, it takes a moment for everything to settle. The first thing after this is that I'm going to invite you to come and place a hand on the back of your head. And it can be at that where the back of your head is a little round. So it might be that your thumb is resting below the base of the skull. You're bringing your hand there. Slightly relax your jaw. Imagine the features of your face can kind of smooth out. And begin to invite awareness to move more towards the back of the brain. More towards the back of the brain. And sometimes, especially if we're very outward focused, it might be that you start to lean your head back and the neck stiffens. But see if you can soften awareness backwards. So it's not a physical movement, it's a movement of awareness. So that means that as awareness is sinking towards the back of the brain, you can still move your head forward. So I invite you to do that. You can move your head forward and back. You can even look around the space that you're in. So find movement in your head and your neck even as awareness is moving back towards the back of the brain. Yeah. And then kind of notice what happens. It might be that there's shift in perception, a change in your gaze. You're letting awareness sink towards the back of the brain and let it take time. And sometimes as that happens, it might be that you want to close your eyes. If, for example, the environment feels like it's distracting you or it's pulling you out, you can close your eyes. You can close your eyes and simply notice if there is a shift. But even as you close your eyes, bring some movement to the head and the neck. Yeah. And it might be that you want to release your hand. You can have your hand on the back of your head for as long as you like. You can always return to it. But for now, you can try to remove it and begin to allow awareness to kind of slide down from the back of the brain down into the neck, and down into your upper body. Yeah. So awareness is sinking in and down. And if your eyes are open, just play with closing your eyes and notice what happens. Let it take time. You're simply noticing what happens. And then as your eyes are closed, slowly open your eyes. So you open your eyes and you keep your gaze soft, but you kind of include what we call the outer environment, keeping awareness sinking back and down. You can move your neck and your head, you can look around. Let body breathe as it wishes to breathe. And again, if you notice that opening your eyes is pulling you up and out, you can close your eyes again. That's okay. And as awareness is sinking in and down, feel into the points of contact between your physical body and Earth's body. So feel into the points of contact between your physical body and Earth's body. So feeling into where your feet or legs, buttocks is resting or is in relationship with whatever you're seated on or standing on. And you kind of continue to invite awareness to sink in and down. And then I'm going to invite you to come and place your right hand to hold or rest on your left lower arm. So you simply let the hand rest there. So I'm seated so that my left arm is resting on my leg, and then my right hand is resting on top of my left arm. And see if you can invite the arm and the hand to kind of become aware of this subtle pulsation of expansion and condensing that is happening on a cellular level. So we call it the cellular breath. And it might be that it's synchronized with the lungs breathing, but it might not be, and that's not what we're looking for. So let the lungs breathe as the lungs are breathing, and with awareness sinking in and down, let the hand and the arm themselves become aware of that sweet expansion, contraction or condensing that is happening. Almost like the arm and the hand is also breathing in their very own unique rhythm. And again, if your eyes are closed, to slowly open your eyes, Still letting awareness move towards the back of the brain, letting the hand and the arm become aware of and experience the expansion, condensing rhythm. And this is not a prefrontal cortex happening. You don't have to focus on that place. You don't have to focus on your arm or your hand. You don't have to look at it. You can look around the space that you're in, but keeping awareness sinking in and down. And it might be that for a moment you get that taste of having both inner and outer awareness simultaneously. That it's not either or, but it's both. And also that there is awareness, body is aware without you having to direct it in any way, without you having to be super focused on it. Then I'm going to ask you to gently release that hand from your left arm. Again, if you notice that you get very pulled forward and out, you can close your eyes. But you might also want to just linger here on the edge of being both inside and outside, both inside awareness, outside awareness. And then to bring in some slow movements to your hand, your arm, your upper body, letting your head and your neck move. Bodhi now, he's laying down, relaxing. Might be another movement. So I I feel this really strong impulse to reach out through my hands and my arms, and I'm going to try that. And still allowing awareness to sink towards the back of the brain. And again, if your eyes are closed, I invite you to slowly open your eyes. Look around at the space that you're in and kind of notice if something has shifted or changed in perception, how you perceive. Or in your relationship with inner landscape, outer landscape. Of course, if you notice something I would love to hear, you can always comment below and share your experience. So, emergence to kind of begin to embody that pattern, like the natural movement pattern of emergence, which is, for us humans, it first happens in utero, in the womb, but it's also, you can see it, it's everywhere in nature. So we could think that this sinking in and down is like really coming into contact and relationship with the roots. Just like now when it's winter here, the roots are what is really aware and alive. And that from that sinking in and down, everything can then start to rise up and out, but without losing the sinking in and down, that they are happening at the same time. It's happening at the same time. And for us humans, for most of us, it is the sinking in and down that we kind of need to focus on. For most of us, not all of us. For some, we are very internal, and then that's why I kept like, you can open your eyes and look around. Yeah. So if you are like, if you feel like, I want more of this, then we begin. Emergence begins on Tuesday, February 4th. We meet on Tuesday mornings, Central European time. It's 8 a.m. You can also join via recording, so that's fine. And we are going to explore and embody like these, the first movement patterns that emerge, which cellular breathing is one of them, which we kind of gently just tasted a little bit now. Yeah. Let me know how your experience, how you experience this, because I can only speak from my experience. And I think that is the beauty of these groups. When we come together, you are allowed to be in your own experience and then have time to process and express that experience that is uniquely yours. All right, that was it. Much love.